Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to swing trade part-time but with a full-time job. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys get anything in value, hit that like button and subscribe. So guys, if you want to learn more about swing trading and how I became a full-time swing trader, I highly recommend going on and checking out my amazing school where we have, pretty much the strategies, the mindset, my psychology, how I find stocks, the scanners I use. And the great thing about it right now is with the GameStop era, you guys can use code GME for GameStop's ticker to get 50% off, only valid for 4 more people. So check it out right now. It's absolutely fantastic. Private live streams, quizzes, lectures, everything you guys need to get started with swing trading. But guys, let's jump into how to swing trade with a full-time job. So if this is the first swing trading video you guys are watching, the biggest thing I need you to understand is this one tip. If you are just getting started with trading, the biggest tip is to have realistic expectations. And the reason why I say that is because if you have $100 or $1,000, don't expect to turn it into $10,000, $30,000, $100 million in a month. Guys, don't expect it. What makes a successful trader is consistency and base hits. Those two things is what wins ball games, what wins championships. I would rather see you guys take 1% every single week than a 10% return and then you're losing 20% and then you're up 50%. So focus on base hits. Focus on those small returns because that compounded over a year, over 2 years is going to be where your money gets made. So guys, let's talk about some tips and tricks and some things that you guys can do with swing trading with a full-time job. And don't forget, at the end, we're going to be talking about the strategy that I love and that I've used for 6 years when I first started swing trading, and it helped me quit my job and now be a full-time trader. So the biggest tip with swing trading with a full-time job is if you're just getting started, focus on the education part. And what I mean by that is focus on learning a strategy, paper trading, put in those hours after work on weekends, learning a strategy. Since you already are watching this video, you are taking that first step forward and just continue to do that. Continue to invest in yourself and invest into either courses, books, or whatever education material you guys like. I just think focusing on that education, a lot of people don't. A lot of people jump into the driver's seat with trading and they open up a Robinhood account. And next thing you know, they claim to be a great trader, yet they're working their 9-to-5 job. So I do think, guys, focus on the education part and then everything over, the course of the year or next 2 years will add up and you guys will be in a great spot. Now, the next thing that I need you guys to do, and this is super important, is going to be getting a trading journal. I'm not saying even the one that I've made, but it's absolutely great. You can get it on Amazon. But having a trading journal, it will cut down on learning time. And the reason why I say that is because having a trading journal will track everything and it will really kind of determine what type of trader you are. So for me, the great thing about this one is it has everything already wrote out. So it tracks your performance, your mindset, your trade breakdowns, your errors, way to improve. You draw your setup, describe your setup. And the biggest thing is write your checklist for entries. So why did you buy this stock? Were you buying it because your friends told you to, because you heard it in a group chat? So having that will really cut down on your learning because you can always review your trades and looking at your losses as opportunities for lessons here. So let's talk about the strategy that I love here and pretty much the one I would recommend. So the broker I use for all of my trading is Moomoo. They're absolutely fantastic. They offer paper trading. They offer great charting, great scanning. It's definitely a very solid broker, whether you're a beginner or you're a full-time trader like myself. So when it comes to swing trading, at least for my strategy, there are millions of different strategies that you guys will see on the internet. But for me, I love the expression MISS, M-I-S-S, make it simple, stupid. I don't love to overcomplicate my charts. I don't like to have a million different indicators. For me, I find it confusing when I have 30 stock charts up. Back in the day when I was 18, I tried to day trade and it was a recipe for disaster because I had so many things up. I had to be so in tune with the market. I couldn't take breaks and all that stuff. So with swing trading, it gave me a lot more flexibility where I could focus on high quality plays, focus on one stock that I completely understand. So for me, the stock and strategy I love here is finding a stock on an upward trend like Amazon here. Now, Amazon has this nice upward trend, but you guys will notice we have a variety of lines here if you look close. We have the blue, red, and green. So the ones up here are what we call moving average lines. They act as support, they act as resistance, as well as trend indication. So you can look at it and instantly know the direction of the stock with a nice upward trend. Now, the next thing they act as, like I said, is support. So this is where we get a lot of good tendencies of getting buying pressure. So you guys can see it hits the 200-day moving average line, which is the red line, several times, getting good buying pressure. It also comes in contact with the blue one, establishing good buying pressure there as well. So establishing good support here. So you guys can see it hits it. And then recently it hits it again. Now the stock went from about 176 to 184, and this is where we hopped in. Now we hopped in near and around 176 because it was right on that moving average line. And doing this, we had really good risk management because we were risking about $1. We can actually draw it out with Moomoo. This is the benefit of having a trading broker here. We were risking about $1 to possibly make about $3 a share, which is an absolute fantastic risk and reward. And the thing about this type of strategy is I could be wrong 2 or 3 times and still make money here. So, upward trend down to a pretty much the moving average line. Now, the next thing here is looking at this green line. The green line is what we call the relative strength index. This determines momentum inside a stock. And, historically with most companies, anything under a 30 or especially like a 28, 29 is going to be considered undervalued. So looking back, you guys can see I drew out this line here and it was trading for near and around a 26. So looking back at the last time it was trading for a 26 was right in here where we had that great move. Now, as we go back, you guys can see the last points here were great moves where the stock hit it and got great buying pressures. So I had a lot of really good indication here for future growth. Now, the last thing I always look at here is time frame. You guys can see that the stock pretty much sold off below these moving average lines. And this is what I mean by act as support and resistance. So you guys can see it was just selling off below these resistance lines. Now, if you guys are a short trader and you short and you bet against the stock, this would have been a great entry, breaking in on the moving average lines and just setting your stop loss right above it, because you guys can see it just continued to rally its way down. Now you guys can see we got this huge sell-off here, and now it started moving its way up. This is where we hopped in, was right on this nice reversal, because it had a lot of potential of breaking out of these moving average lines. On top of that, it was forming this really good trend line. So now what you do here is you just set your stop loss just below this trend line. So if it does break below it, you just hop out and take your profit. Now, I know this may seem confusing and overwhelming, just if this is the first ever video you guys are watching about trading, but there's a bunch of stocks that are like this. So don't feel like every stock you have to trade, but here's another example of it. Coming in contact with that moving average line, continuing to rally its way up. And these are all stocks that we called out in our group chat. We talked about on the live stream. So check out my course. It's absolutely fantastic. So guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and take care.